Do you know that people are still migrating? Not only Africans, but even Brits, even Kiwis, even Europeans are just consistently migrating. Just the other day, I came across an article that said a record number of New Zealanders slash Kiwis were relocating to Australia. And these are not migrant New Zealand residents, but actually the natives relocating to Australia. So it's not about what everyone else is saying in the media. It's not about all the noise about migration rules changing and stuff. People are still consistently moving. And that reminded me that probably we are in those times or in that season where we've just become a global village and people are consistently moving from country to country, from region to region, not for any other reasons, but mostly as a case of choice and also seeking opportunities. And opportunities do exist everywhere. And I've made a video previously on this British couple that relocated to Zimbabwe, the very same country that I relocated from, coming from Zimbabwe to the UK. They've literally left the UK for Zimbabwe. That shows you that people are consistently moving anywhere. It could be coming from Europe to Africa or Africa to Europe, America, you name it. Every other continent, you find migrants. So what does this say about opportunities? And I specifically made this video for those people that are consistently in my comments, just saying, go back to where you came from. And honestly, if you've been doubting based on what you see on the social media, based on what you see in some of the comments, and you've been doubting your relocation journey, then this video is for you, because we are rethinking, we are reflecting on opportunities that come out of relocating, opportunities that come when you relocate. And speaking of the video that I made, I've been following Natalie Kirk's story on social media, and in some of her videos, the comments that I see are actually of British people asking her, how easy is it to relocate to Zimbabwe? What are some of the opportunities that are in Zimbabwe? That shows curiosity. That shows probably we could, as a result of how they are living and how they are, documenting and sharing their life abroad, we could see really a lot of people wanting to relocate to Zimbabwe in the near future. And that really does excite me, because it shows we are a people that can coexist. We are people that are ready to embrace other cultures, embrace other people. And without wasting much of your time, let's get right into this video and talk relocation and opportunities. In this video, we're going to be talking about why I believe relocation isn't over just yet. And I know a lot of people are crying, especially my people from Africa are crying about the closure of the UK care worker visa. This is just one route that is closed. There are so many other routes that are still open if one wants to relocate to the UK. But again, the world is still open. There are so many other countries that you can actually relocate to. You just need to be open-minded. You should be willing to really be doing your research. There are opportunities out there. I do remember when I came across this care worker visa opportunity, I was looking at other opportunities in which I could relocate, be it to Australia, New Zealand, or Canada and America, that were at my disposal. I had even tried to relocate to South Africa as a tradeswoman. That goes as far as showing that opportunities do exist. And I've shared on this platform, there's numerous opportunities that exist, the numerous other opportunities or skills that you can possess if you want to relocate abroad. There is at the moment a wave of teachers relocating to New Zealand. It's calling, it's ringing. People are relocating, teachers are relocating to Australia, to America, to UK, Ireland, you name it. Tradespeople are relocating each and every day. People are relocating to countries like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, you name it. The Middle East is opening as a relocation hub, as a destination where you can actually forge a life for yourself. Really doable, good weather, favorable, good opportunities there, and people are heading there. So there's so many opportunities, and even the UK is still open. If you're a trans person, if you're a qualified person, be a nurse, be a doctor, it's still recruiting with certificate of sponsorship. So closure of one route doesn't necessarily mean that relocation opportunities for that country are over. And one of the things that I can say, having lived in the country it's now my 4th year living in the UK with my family, I've realized that there are many migrants in different sectors of the economy, and they are quite essential for the economy. So therefore, they cannot just straight away say, we're doing away with migrants. Of course, migration is a topical issue in the country. They're really trying by all means to cut and cap. And I've shared in my previous videos, if you haven't watched them, please do go and watch them. I've got a dedicated playlist on immigration and visa changes that are happening in the UK. So that can give you an insight into which industries, which areas, which opportunities are being affected mostly. However, opportunities like relocating as a student are still open, are still doable. You can still come and start your career right in the UK or anywhere else across the globe, because we're talking about relocating anywhere else outside your home country. So it's still doable. It's still not over. Not just yet, at least. Funny enough, recently I joined a group on Facebook, Brits moving to Australia, and I was so shocked. It's a huge group with nearly 100,000 people in it, and these are British people. So I was going through posts, valuable posts, people really sharing on how they can relocate to Australia, the pros and cons, weighing in on whether or not it's a destination to consider. Now, this is no longer about, living in a powerful country or having a passport that allows you to travel everywhere, because if someone is British, their passport is strong enough to allow them to travel and come back to the country. But people are choosing lifestyle over just any opportunity. They're choosing a lifestyle that is balanced. And apparently, Australia is one of the best countries that can offer you that work-life balance. People are talking about cost of living. People are talking about bills really as deciding factors. A lot of things are really impacting decision-making around why people migrate to different countries. So it's not about being African. It's not about being Zimbabwean. And really that being a deciding factor on whether or not you want to relocate or you're constantly migrating to other countries. It's happening. Migration at the moment knows no rest, knows no boundaries. We are slowly shrinking into a global village where really moving to these countries or moving to the next continent is just like an overnight decision that one can make, and it's doable. Partly I attribute that to people that document their lifestyles when they relocate, and it's a good thing. And I have made that decision to say, I want to go on social media so that I can share with other people my life as a migrant, my life abroad, my life in the diaspora. And I do hope to be bringing you a balanced and realistic day-to-day life that I do live with my family as somebody who is from Africa that relocated to England, as a caregiver living in the UK. I do hope it's part and parcel of what we hope to bring in 2026. So just all the more reasons why you need to stay tuned on this platform, because we're going to bring you as it is, because we want to inspire the next generation of people that believe in relocation, that believe in the diaspora journey. Why am I so keen on sharing life abroad and the diaspora journey? It's because a lot of people do portray it in bad light. A lot of people portray really living in a foreign country as a migrant as a bad thing. I've had marvelous, beautiful, brilliant experiences living abroad. I've lived in communities that embrace diversity, that encourage diversity, that really, make you feel so welcome. And that is what I want to share with a lot of people. Not even a single day have I felt unwelcome where I live, unwelcome where I work. So no wonder why I took it upon myself to say, I'm going to share with people that really genuinely want to relocate legally, relocate to other destinations, but are scared and thinking, will I survive? Will I thrive? Will it be for me? I mean, if it is for me, then surely if you're thinking about it, it is for you as well, regardless of where you decide to relocate to. And I'm not only saying relocate to the UK, but there's so many countries that are lucrative. We are also consistently looking at other countries as well as potential destinations, because we believe in relocation. So our journey still goes on, and we're going to be sharing it on this platform. The migration story has evolved over time. Before, migration used to be a one-way ticket to success, but lately the story has changed. People are relocating from Africa to Europe for exposure and opportunities, and some people are relocating from Europe or America to Dubai, the Middle East, Asia for just tax-free opportunities, and some are relocating from Europe, America to Australia and New Zealand for the lifestyle good weather, and higher paying jobs. So the terrain is changing. No wonder why I'm consistently saying, if one door closes, if one opportunity closes, like we saw with the care worker visa, it doesn't mean the world has shut. Instead, it's an opportunity for you to really be looking at other things. And as well, deciding to relocate shouldn't be based on one thing in particular, to say I'm relocating for the lifestyle and then neglect all other things. But it's now becoming a bigger, wider, comprehensive group of things that should influence relocation. And we're seeing that every day. And we're seeing that this is not just about Africans relocating to other destinations or other countries, but a lot of other communities, a lot of other races are really relocating. It's just a consistent movement of people from one continent to the other, one region to the other. No wonder why I so much believe in the relocation journey. And I believe there's so much potential in relocation. There's so much that one can benefit when they relocate. And by relocating, it doesn't mean that you neglect where you're coming from, but where you're coming from stays and remains home. And for most people, I've noticed that they relocate to certain regions or certain countries, and then still they are still working on their retirement plan, and their retirement plan and goal is always home. No wonder why I've shared a video previously on why I think we are considering relocating back home as our retirement plan, and we're already starting to work on it now, and I'll share in future videos all the more reasons why you need to stay on this channel, because we're going to be talking about what we are doing now to prepare for our retirement whilst we still can, whilst we can still tailor make it to fit the lifestyle that we would want when we retire. And all now, for most young people, for most young families, is to retire early, work but retire early so that you can enjoy retirement. Retirement shouldn't be a sentence for one to go when they cannot do anything, but it's supposed to be a decision, a choice made for one to then fulfill the life that they've always dreamed of. At least for me, that's what I believe retirement should be about. No wonder why I'm starting now to really plan my retirement. For most people, the closure of the UK care worker visa really dampened spirits, really crushed their relocation dream. But I'm here to give hope, especially for caregivers. If you're a caregiver and you're watching this video, so many countries have got these pathways. Australia have got healthcare, aged care opportunities. You just have to make sure that you meet the criteria. No wonder why we are consistently saying, let's upgrade, let's be working on our skills, let's be learning. There are always opportunities. Canada has got a care opportunity pathway, really. But again, it's about meeting the criteria. And if you're watching this video and you're already in the UK, you have got an upper hand. Ireland has got opportunities as well, similar opportunities for healthcare assistants, healthcare support workers. Germany has got similar pathways, similar opportunities, and I believe more and more countries are going to open up pathways, especially for healthcare givers. And if you are in the UK, build on that experience, do other courses, work in other settings, really, that will give you an edge over other people. And then as these opportunities open, I know 2026 is looking lucrative. If you're looking into relocating to Canada, start working on your paperwork, working on your experience, working on your qualifications, and you could really get into those roles. Because again, we cannot really, say you have to be registered for you to be caring for adults or caring for vulnerable people. You just need to have the certain skill set, certain qualifications, and the experience that they do require, and you could be on course to relocating to these opportunities. So closure of one window should really not be something set in stone to say there are no more opportunities. And it's not a case of everybody should now transition into other roles. Care is a beautiful thing. I've always said I left engineering to do care, and I've fallen in love with care, and I think I'm here for the longest because I love it. I've seen the benefits of it. I believe for me it's a calling, and I'm there for the longest. So it could be for you. If you're watching this video and you're in the UK or you're still back home, start working on those qualifications, work on those skills, because the world is still open. Opportunities are still there. They still need you and me. They still need people from different regions, people with different skill sets, people with different qualifications altogether. If you're really serious about your relocation journey, really, it's about time you start researching. And by researching, we're not just talking about random blogs that you find online, but it's where you go on official websites for governments and really read through their migration policies, migration opportunities, and look at the numbers that they want to attract for that year in particular. That really do work. And I'm consistently saying to people, visit any website of a government. For the UK, it's gov.uk, or for Australia, the Australian government website, and look at the opportunities, look at the pathways that they have for migration. It's really worth it. The other thing that you can start doing if you're looking at migrating is really starting joining communities. Like, for example, I've said that Facebook group, Brits migrating to Australia, is quite handy. People talk, people share, people, give each other advice and help. And, you get guidance from lived experiences from people that are already on that pathway. The other thing that you can do as well is to network. Nothing can beat really networking. I've always shared that how I found out about this opportunity was through other people, through word of mouth. So network with people on a similar journey, people who have done that before. And I always say, one other way of doing so is join our community. Subscribe if you haven't done so on this platform, because we're always talking about life in the diaspora, life abroad, opportunities, not just for the UK, but for everywhere else, because I so much believe that our journey has only just begun. It hasn't come to an end, but has only begun. So there will be other things that we'll be sharing, our experiences and what we're doing. And our next months will be documenting on this platform. So all the more reasons why you need to subscribe and put the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. The other thing as well that you can do is start upskilling. Start working on your English out, because most countries really do a points-based system. So start working on your English. Start working on those skills where you can learn a skill, where you can do those courses, do those NVQs, because they will set you up for success in terms of relocating to different country, different location altogether. And where you can supposedly dependent, get a critical skill course in the country that you are in. You could be in the UK and you're independent. Go for those courses that are critical in other countries, in other continents like Australia, Canada, and they don't have to be degrees. It could be short courses, be it in construction industry, project management, HGV, driving, you name it. Those courses will be your pathway to relocation to another destination. If you're a caregiver, do those courses that way. NVQs will really be a game changer. Your venipuncture, cannulation, catheterization, phlebotomy courses, short courses, but that carry so much weight. Autism and learning disability courses, your palliative care courses really could come in handy if you're thinking about relocating to countries like Australia and Canada. And I do hope to share other stories from people that have done it. I know people that were relocated to Canada. I'm hoping we'll be able to bring them on this platform. And if you're watching this video and you've got a story that you want to share with us, a relocation story, success or struggle, please do reach out. I'll pin in our email for collaboration in the description. We want to hear your story. We want to learn from your story. We want to support you if you're on a similar journey. And that's the best way that we can do that for you and also for others that do follow and watch this platform. So what I believe now is that in this day and age, migration is no longer about luck, but it's about research, strategy, and working hard on the paperwork that you need. These are some of the benefits of being a global citizen. I am on platforms where I talk to other migrants who live in different countries to where I live. The amazing stories that they share with me are that, once you go to a different country, then the world platforms, the globe becomes your springboard. It becomes so easy for you to really be thinking or be looking at other continents, at other countries. I'll give you another example. People that are open-minded, and I always share this on my platforms. I always share this in my videos to say, in this day and age, you need to be open-minded to opportunities, open-minded to trying other things, open-minded to starting new things. I am a perfect example of that. I left a career that I trained in. I left engineering to explore care, and it has opened my mind to other opportunities that I am excited to really be exploring. I cannot wait to be sharing all those things with you on this platform. And believe you me, I'm not leaving anything behind. I'm not gatekeeping this time around. I'll be sharing on this platform. So what that means is, in a situation where other people are really still crying over opportunities closing for the care worker visa to the UK, open-minded people are already looking at countries like Ireland. How can they relocate to Ireland with sponsorship? Because there's so many benefits to doing so as a caregiver. You can bring your family along if you relocate and work in Ireland, which is an opportunity that other people cannot do while you're still in the UK. So you could be in the UK, enjoy caregiver, and you came after spring of 2024 and you left a family behind. It's time that you stop mourning and whining about what has already happened and cannot be undone. But it's a time for you to consolidate all that experience, all that exposure that you have had, to start looking at how you can penetrate other opportunities in other countries. That is what open-minded people are doing. And I've seen that mostly with Nigerians. Everywhere you look, they're going like, I've left for Canada, I've left for Australia. And you're thinking, what is it that they see that we don't see? What is it that how do they really do that? What's their thinking process that really allows them to see opportunities that we may not see? It's about time that we begin to get into that mode where we are open-minded and we're looking at opportunities at a global level, not just being focused on one country, not just being stuck in the waiting mode, but be consistently researching and strategizing and rethinking our options, and we can survive this. And if you are watching this video and you've been feeling like your migration story or journey is over, your dream is over, I'm here to tell you that migration has just evolved. It has just changed. It just requires you to be someone who is open-minded, who is consistently researching and re-strategizing. And I believe if you do all of that, you really stand a chance at relocation. Probably not to relocate to where you have always wanted, but probably to where you're meant to grow, where you're meant to be planted. Because I also believe that, relocation is a destiny-based journey. And I, for one, I've shared in my previous videos, I never thought I would relocate to the UK, let alone as a caregiver. I've always been dreaming, I want to relocate to Canada, I want to relocate to Australia as an engineer, but God had other plans. So start looking at other destinations as well. It could be God's plan to really redirect you to where your purpose and calling is, to where your growth is. I never thought I would be doing this job. I would be, experiencing all the experiences that I have had being a caregiver in the UK. It has totally changed my life around, and I believe that was my destiny. That was my calling. So it could be you. So that's all I had for you in this video. If you found this very helpful, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comments, and also do share our videos. Encourage others to, to join our Relocation Tribe community, where we grow, where we explore life in the diaspora, opportunities not just in the UK, but opportunities everywhere, because we believe in the diaspora journey. And if you're watching this video and you want to share your relocation journey, your relocation story, your struggles, your success, please do reach out to us. I'll pin in the comments our collaboration email, and do reach out to us, and we can see how best we can share your story with the world, how best we can tap into your story and learn a lot from you and inspire the next generation of diasporans. So I'll see you in my next video. It's bye for now.